Good morning, people. Welcome to the first ever Demon's World Productions commentary. I am sorry for the way I sound right now, but this is probably the only time I can do it, and I am currently sick at the moment. So, yeah. This game is a Valve-made game, very well known as far as I can tell. It entails like four guys heisting a bunch of random different places. I don't really know the full storyline to it, but there's kind of some sort of... Apparently there is one. I really never thought there was. I thought it was just like, yeah, let's go rob places, but it wasn't. Yeah, so this level, we are robbing a bank. We have to find the manager, get a key card. You probably heard the whole thing in the beginning, but in case you didn't, it's just, you rob the bank, right now, look for the manager. After that, we start the heist. The police get called in. Shooting. Action, drama, blah, blah, blah. The game, just like most other Valve games, is very much simple in the fact that guns have little to no recoil. The aim is always on point, and there really is no, like, difficulty with aiming or sprinting. There's no like limited sprints or anything. You can shoot the pistol really fast, as I just showed you just now. What I'm carrying in this one is a shotgun because I just got it and I just want to see how it looked. The game's equivalent to a Desert Eagle and some sort of mini Uzi, it seems. You can, as I'm doing right now, you can see that you can take hostages, which comes in handy and works as a respawning mechanism later in the game if a person happens to... Oh, yes, this is the one point that I don't like in the game. If somebody joins mid-mission, the whole game is screwed because you have to wait until they load it. If they are really far away, like this shows right now, which I will skip, by the way, it takes forever. So yeah, anyways, as I was saying about hostages, if you have a hostage and say one of your friends gets arrested or killed or whatever you want to call it, between certain assault waves, it will allow you to free one of the hostages in exchange for one of the players, which in certain senses does not make any sense at all because, honestly, what kind of a cop would let a robber go back into a bank and shoot them up just so that they can get away? I mean, really. Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of units in this game. You'll see a few later called cloakers. They're kind of like one-hit stuns. They don't kill you instantly, but they down you so that you cannot shoot, and you have 30 seconds for a friend to come pick you back up and rescue you, or you are arrested. There are bulldozers, which I don't think we see much of them in this video, but they are basically just giant juggernauts with like 2 shots to the face, and they're dead because they, for some reason, everywhere is bulletproof except for their face because it's glass, and I guess they didn't put bulletproof glass, or really thick glass at least. Yeah, right here, my friend here is hacking the computer so that the security cameras do not continue to record us. Along the way, you'll see me shoot a few, because the more you shoot them, the less the cops know where you are, and like the less hard the people who come in are. Right there is what you call a shield. It's basically just a cop with a machine gun and a riot shield. They are actually pretty accurate for what you think they would be. Like there, I got shot. Pretty damaging, but not as damaging as any of the other specials. Yeah, right now I will be dealing with snipers, I believe, up on the roof in a few minutes. If not, I'm sorry, I don't really remember what the hell happened in this mission, but this is the shotgun I'm using. It has really sufficient range for what looks to be like the Call of Duty equivalent trench gun. Everything reloads at a certain rate. There's not really like any perks for that. You can't sprint to reload at the same time like certain other games, and yeah, the ammo is very limited. Each person up there are the cloakers, like I told you about earlier. They will shoot at you at first, but then once you get close enough, they will just run up at you and stun you, which you will see later in the game. But yeah, each person, you could choose from like 3 sets of skill sets, like it's like assault, support, and something else, I think. And each time you level up an objective, like get a certain amount of kills in a mission with a certain gun, it will level them up so that it's kind of like, it beat the objective and adds points to that one feature, and like like after a certain amount of points, a certain thing will unlock, like more damage from a certain gun, or more ammo for that gun, or like even new guns. So lots of stuff to look forward to. There's 3 different sets with a lot of different kinds of perks, I guess would be for those kinds of guns and things along the way. And that is a sniper, and very damaging 2-shot kill, which is why I must get rid of them rather quickly. So yeah, it's a pretty decent game. Just there's times like this when players are just that good that they will clear out the people who are not supposed to be cleared out all the way on the outside. Because usually there's just swarms and swarms of people out there. This is an ammo bag. Each player can choose, depending on what they've unlocked, to either equip an ammo bag or a medic bag, which actually comes in handy in certain rounds where you could, instead of going up there to refill your ammo, you actually use it to heal yourself, since there's not like an infinite heal cycle. That is another special I forgot to mention. They have a taser gun, which is very much similar to the cloakers, but they can do it at a distance, and it doesn't down you immediately, but it does a significant amount of damage, so that if you run into one, you can't move, you let off a few shots, and after a few bursts of the stun, you're down. You can't really shoot, because both stuns, they completely disarm you, basically. This is now the second stage of the game. We are burning through the floor to get into the vault, as it says in the objective right there. I just added a second can of the birdie stuff, thermite I think it's called. And now it's basically just a waiting game. We gotta wait in here or wherever, make sure the cops don't get through. In a few minutes you will see my epic failure. I get stunned twice in a row actually by cloakers, my least favorite characters in the game. Yeah, I'm playing as Wolf right now. You would think there'd be like, certain features for certain characters, but no, we're all the same. It just depends on your liking. Wolf I just like because, I have a guy named Toxic Rain, he has a toxic mask. I'm like, yeah, that just works out well. Hello, I forgot about these guys dropping down in front of me. That was pretty funny. They don't usually do that. They usually wait for you to like pass by and then they'll start shooting at you. But yeah, smoke bomb. Trying to think of what else to say about this. Oh yeah, like I was saying, the characters don't really have any specific like special abilities. Like one doesn't run faster than the other. They're all evenly strength. Oh yeah, and you see how this guy is glowing red? If somebody presses the F button when they see a special person like that, it calls them out to the rest of the people so that everybody may see where they are located. So it's good, like if you're running into a taser and you know you're not going to be able to shoot them in time, you can usually just press F and it will be like, there's a taser over here, and everybody will know where they are and they'll know why you're not moving. You can also do that when you're down. Yeah, and also the F button is also good for like when you're taking hostages. People will get up in front of you sometimes and start running because they're stupid and you're shooting, so I guess it's a good time to run in front of you. And you don't want to shoot civilians because it actually does take out from the cash you've earned, because I don't know why, it just does. And that's not a good thing because the cash you use is also kind of like experience points. The more points you get, the more you level up each level, which unlocks more features from each like skill set, like support and assault, like I was talking about earlier. So the F button will tell them to stop where they are. If they're running, like the person who just ran behind me and I didn't see them. And then you press it again after they stop running, and it will tell them to basically just get on the ground. You could also use those on cops. Like right now in the bottom of the screen, you'll see that it says assault. During these missions, you cannot see much of anything. You can't do much of anything against the cops, shoot them. But outside of the mission, you can actually not shoot the cops. If you don't shoot them and they don't take any damage from any of your bullets, they will actually be more submissive. And you can run up to them, tell them to drop their weapon. If they don't, you can hit them once, like with melee, and they will eventually drop their gun, and you can tell them to handcuff themselves, which comes in handy because you can use those as a hostage. Which, like I said earlier, would help as a respawn kind of thing. So if you're running low, because police will free civilian hostages, if you're running low on hostages to use for the next part of the mission, whatever, just wait till the assault phases, and there you go. There's the things I was telling you that you could unlock once you get a certain amount of kills or experience based on cash that you earn. But yeah, you could just go around and tell them to handcuff themselves. You could have endless numbers of them depending on how many you leave living between each assault mission. Yeah, so here, my team was unfortunately not the brightest team, and they all went down into the vault, which is not open, and there's only one way in and one way out. So I'm the only one left here to defend against the shields who could easily shoot me from behind this desk, so that's the reason I'm running. They're all in the vault collecting the money, which really doesn't make any sense because it doesn't help you go any faster if all 3 people do. The doors open on their own at a certain time, and the cops never go in the vault. So I am eventually forced to run into the vault and come out behind my friends, which makes it just a whole lot harder for us. And I eventually give up and just start trying to run. I believe this next part is where I get stunned. Not exactly sure. I'm just gonna wait here because I know there's a bunch of cloakers here, and I know I run here. And yep, this is where the first cloaker happens. I'm down. Alright, just looking around. 32 seconds it gives you, or 35, whatever it said. He stuns 2 of them before anybody sees him. That's the funny part. So now I'm being helped up. I'm tasered on the floor twitching. Then there's another one, and I run at him thinking I could shoot him, but I forgot I had to reload, and I tried to melee him. Didn't work, and there you have it. I am stunned again. They don't really move much. I think this is on normal mode, or easy, not really sure, but hardcore, they will literally just run through people and just start whacking your entire team until you're basically all down and the game's over. So those things are probably one of the deadliest ones in the entire game. Yeah, this is definitely easy. I would never survive that. So they're definitely one of the most deadly in the entire game because they're the fastest, and they down you in literally less than a second because their stupid batons or whatever the frig they carry that just tastes you. Here comes the next part of the mission. We all have the money. We hook up the C4 to the wall, or whatever the hell I don't really know what it is, but hook it up, and then you just basically run like hell for the end of the mission. I don't think we've killed any civilians in this mission, and this is probably one of the most basic missions we've had so far. There is your heal pack. Just like the ammo, you hold F, you wait for it to fill up, and you have full health again. Your armor regenerates, but your health never fully regenerates unless you're down, and it'll heal halfway. But it never goes beyond that, so it's usually good to carry a health pack in very damaging missions. I don't know why this guy brought this one here, but hey, it works because I'm explaining the game. So at the end of the game, you get a 4-minute timer to get to the end. Usually things start popping out of the doors in the hallway if your team is entirely together, like you will see right here. Like that taser, but we were all kind of separated, and we kind of caught up at the end. This is just our little celebratory phase where we all try to shoot the driver because, you know, he's got aviators and nobody really likes those. Yep, so that was that. Pretty good game all around, and I hope you enjoyed this. This was PayDay the Heist. Oh, and one last thing on this. Sorry about the lag at certain points. Fraps isn't exactly the easiest to use. Frame rate wise, it really does suck. And also, if you have any games that you would like to see me play, or that I have, or any questions on this game, feel free to ask me. And yes, there is downloadable content for this game. Some of the missions are pretty good. I honestly haven't really played much of them to give you a good answer for them, but yeah, I'd say they're definitely worth buying as far as I've heard. But that is all hearsay, and you really got to try it yourself to figure it out. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a good day, I guess.